I feel like something's getting to me. Don't know what it is. Why when I look in my camera, I'm all red? Everything is red. There's something shining, a reflection in the back, turning everything red. Oh, I know what it is. It's my lights. All my lights in my house are, besides this one in front of me, are blue, green, and red. I didn't put up the yellow one because I wasn't sure if I was thinking of stopping at all. We're already green. Green, let's go. So let's go into Jupiter. Never done really before, so I started off, starts with a J. If it starts with a J, it has to end with a J. That J is the 10th letter, so we'll only use the O. So we'll put the O. But anyways, we're going to do all the letters. 10th letter, 21st letter, 16th letter, 9th letter, 20th letter, 5th letter, 18th letter. J is for -5 and +5. That's for Jack. How do you think you got to be Jack? The numbers are all screwed up. You know, I've been learning so much in the last week that, like I said, I have no path. There's no path. Absolutely none. So we add them up. So what we do over here is we get J-U-P-I. Now tell me this is not done purposely. 1379 in order. The 10th letter, the 21st letter, the 16th letter, the 9th letter. In order on your phone. All the corners, 1, 3, 7, and 9. J-U-P-I, Jupi, covers the corners. In this word, I never noticed that before. I'm not going to go on to this side yet, because the 9 is in the center. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to add these. I should be adding them all different. There's many ways to do this. This adds up to 11. This is the 9. 9, 11. Because this one is separated from these. But I went and put them together. I went, let me see, 20, and then 7 by 3 by 1 by 9. 63, 63 creation of man. 3 63s is 189, plus 20 is 209. The 2 worlds of Omega, Omega 9. This would turn to a 15 as 0. If that turned to a 15, it would automatically become a 6. If it was a 6, this would be a 2. Is 8. Plus 9 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. Talking about the heaven. This part right here. Okay? There's other ways to do this, and they're always going to work out. You're either going to go on this side or on this side, but you'll always have a balance. So what we do next is we add 9 and 5 and 2 and 9, 18 and 7 is 25. So we had 20 added on one and we have 25 added on the other. The total is 45. It's one angle. 45 parts of a 360-degree day of 24 hours is 3 hours. So the alarm clock would have, the clock would have an arm on the 1 and 2 straight up, and 1 against the 3. It'll say 1, 2, 3. Just like the difference in time between here and California and all the movies we see at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's a crucial time because the 3 match. I'll show you how they match. If I can see on the screen as well as you could. You don't mind if I have a cigarette? I feel like I'm always in a rush. Always in a rush. I got to learn how to meditate or something because I am going to blow up. Oh, my head isn't going quicker. Oh, that's not it. It has nothing to do with my head. It has to do with the tenseness around my heart. Absolutely nothing to do with my head. In fact, today, for the first time, I've taken 3 aspirins in the last 3 days, and they worked. Because when I get a headache, it's like somebody's got a roller coaster in my head. But the information is not going fast. But I feel it intense inside of me like a burning bush wanting to come out. So I'm trying my best and trying my hardest, making my little mistakes, trying to keep myself in line. We are the light. Do you see the colors that are in it? It is the extension of us. It's right through our head. We are the light. It's a terminology they used. So we must be it. And the light is an information highway. And the dark, well, it can't find its place. So I guess the information and the knowledge is lacking and slacking. You got to work on it. So now we're going to go back to Jupiter. So on Jupiter, 9, 5, we got the 25. The letters T, 20, and Y, 25 equal to 45. That is at the end of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. How many are there? Just like 21sts. 11 is not a 21st. Neither is a 12. Neither is a 13. It's not a third. It's a 13. The 13 starts like the 3. Third. T-R-D. R-D, remember. But then you get to the teens. And how many teens do you have? You still get legal, and you're only 18. But when you get 20s and 30s, oh my God, the third T, you get to the third T and you get to the third T and you're already playing over par. But it's okay. There's more holes to play. We're on the green. So let's go on to Jupiter. Then what I do is I multiply 9 times 5 times 2 times 9. And the answer, if I'm right or wrong, is 405. 405. 405 are in Celsius if you want to go look at it that way. We're going to look at it this way. 360 degrees plus 45 equals 405. 3 o'clock is the time on the clock. It's an L position where the 1, 2, and 3 come together. The other thing, yeah, the 1, 2, and 3 come together. Over here, what I wanted to show you now, okay, is it's at 8:10. How did we get to double this to 8:10? Because 9 times 9 was 81, times 5 was 405. We didn't multiply by the 2 in the picture over here. So now we have another 45. We reach 8:10. 9, 9, 10. Center world's a perfect 10-10 world. The Jupiter is a perfect 10-10 world because it's got to connect to everything, and it's got full of spirit. Beta spirit, 2 and 8, and 4 and 6. It can connect the lines. But in man's mug and David, he can't connect the 2 and 8 because he is the 2 and 8. He's connected to him. So now we get 8:10. We have 2 days over here, 360, 360, 48 hours. And we have 90 degrees. We added more. We had 45 extra. Now we got here, which is Omega, which is the Jack again. 10 times 9 for the birth. We have 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay, if you look for 490 degrees in a day, that would be 6 hours for the 8 heaven. So that degrees would make, would be at the, hold on, 45 degrees and 45 degrees, that would be at 3 o'clock. So how come this one's at 3 o'clock? 45 and 45 is 90 degrees. 6 o'clock, I'm sorry, this is 6 o'clock. Of course it's 6 o'clock. That's a 9, birth is 9 and 6. So it's at 6 o'clock. Now how do you get 6? Well, you can get 6 as 2 and 4 or 1 and 5. But 1 and 5 has 2 spirits. 2 and 4 have no spirits at all, so we add 1 in for 7. Well, if we work on 2 and 4, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. So we end up with the 86 of the 72. The 2 days, and then this, that brings you to 6 o'clock. Did I get that right? 6 o'clock, 3 hours. 8 times 3 hours is 24. Do it twice, you got 6. There's other ways to figure this out. That's why sometimes I get mixed up. So now you have a birth. And what is this whole thing all about? Now where can I get it? 9 times 9 is 81. 9 and 9 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. Okay, if you go up to over here, where am I over here? This one is 11. One comes up to 9. The other one comes out to the 11. Because Jack, God, 10. He's 0. He's 0 for 1. He's got you at bats. 3 strikes and you're on Earth. Shit, if you threw any balls. Okay, so let me get off that. Let me go on to the next part. Okay, I'm going to go back up to the top. 9 times 16 is 144. 12 by 12 is 144, showing you what can come on the dice. 1 plus 4 plus 4 equals 9. 81 and 18 is 99. 9 and 9 equals 18 equals 9. So we have 9 and 9. Where did I get these numbers? From where in the world is this? Here, 11. From this number over here. 11 times 9. Wait a second. I can't cheat, you guys. I have to see this myself. I know it's not wrong. I'm rarely ever wrong. Rarely ever wrong. Rarely ever wrong. I don't even know. Anyways, I'm going to show it to you. You're going to have to figure it out by yourself. But what I'm trying to get to is not only does Jupiter show 9 on 9 on each side, okay, but what Jupiter really shows us is when you count the letters, it equals to 99. It ends up to 59s, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, 9 and 5 is 14, and that is who man is. He's N. He's NX. Anyways, I don't want to fool around with that. That's the passage. 5959 is the passage, okay? So E-I-E-I-O is because we started with J in the front, and we finished with O in the back. The 10 letter, 1 and 0, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm, you know, they continued to bring all the animals. So now, as we figured out 1379, what is it on this side, okay, that is so relevant that we have on this side? Because this side we know, 1379 is the outside numbers of your phone. Then we have the 2, then we have the 5. The numbers we are missing here are the 4, the 6, and the 8. We are not missing the 2, because the 2 is telling us about 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th, 1, 2, 3. Jupiter is telling us about the 2 worlds. That's why you got the omega here, the 0. It would be 15, which would turn into 6. It turned into 6, you multiply it by 2, you got 12. A and B. I really can't explain it more than that. The 5 is the passage, the freedom passage. And the 9 is the birth. Ter says earth or rip. Pi is the creation of. Jupi and Ter. Let me see if there's anything else here. I hope I said it right. Another part I was working on was this. What it is it's a pyramid with 3 walls. Once you put the walls down, because there's an angle here and an angle here and an angle here that I took away, okay, you cannot get a full square off of my paper. If you can't get a full square, that means that number's been chopped and it can't be used in that situation. So I go 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the center, 04. Why do I do it this way? Because what this is because you got the point of the pyramid, the 2 sides, and the floor. When you're in the Olympics and you win, you go in the center, then 3rd or 2nd is to the left and right, but the whole thing is you're standing on a platform. Otherwise, no one's ahead of anybody without that platform. So we ended up with that. And if you look, what's funny is my mother's born in 43. 20 and 43 is 63. I'm born in 63. 43 is the Baltic. Anyways, this can't mean too much to anybody, so I'm just going to discontinue that. There was something else. So Jupiter is the mother of all planets, you know. She is the mother. Here's the way Jupiter works. Jupiter's right here. She's got all the stars. Only 6 points, only 6 points. She's got all the stars. She comes down, she sends her jack hook over to each one. Whether it's the ingoing or the outgoing, I don't know. Then from the sky, from the star in the sky, coming into the peak of what looks like a fleur-de-lis, energizes through her. And then these arms go out, and these connect on here. She connects 8 arms, while this one connects 6. While this one connects 8, this one connects 6. There is one star in the center dot for the spirit of each life. This one has one kind of spirit. This one will have another kind of spirit. There's another spirit in this one. Okay, if you count all the points, you have 8 and 6 is 14. 14 and 6 is 20, so that's the world you're actually in. Then you need the one spirit for us, our heart, our life, And now we've got 21. All we need is one more in here, because once you bust in blackjack at 22, it says you got life. Sometimes I got to go backwards and forwards to figure out whether I got the life up there or down here. Let me see what else we got on here. This formation is the 3-die formation. This formation is the 2-die formation. Okay? I told you don't have 4, 6, and 8. Okay? One of the reasons you don't have 4, 6, and 8 is because this is second base. This is home plate. This is Mars, or third base. This is first base, or Saturn. So you have to start putting in the planets, the days of the week, and anything that can associate to this design. In fact, it's all about baseball, isn't it? A diamond in the rough, home field diamond, get up to the plate to swing a bat, and all of a sudden, you're back in the dugout again. Raphael, if you have any questions, 7286. I know I left something out. Oh yes, there was one thing I left out, was in new situations I just figured out, is when you take a row of 147, there's an added number at the top of it. At the top of each row, there's an added number. Every number will add 10, 11, 14, and 17. This is the new strength of the one spirit. 11, 14, and 17. This is a combination. How do I know? Because I added 10 to it. I added 10 because of Jupiter. Jupiter, the other thing about, I mean, there's so many things. I know I made no mistakes, but there's so many ways to get to it, and then it keeps showing you different ways that it can reconnect. Oh, yes, one other thing. Between the 9 and the 9 is 25, and that's what it's all about. J-A-C-K, Jack, equals 25. 2 and 5 is 7. 9 and 9 is 18, which makes 9. 7 and 9. There's a ton of ways to do it. Since you're working with the 7 and 9, you can use the 2 and go 9, 11. Or use the 5 and go 14 and 16. 14 would be N and 16 would be P. You got your PIN number on you? Don't worry about it. This cassette is done. Is there anything else? The letter M, 115 volts on your computer. One of the reasons we can write the letter M this way, I don't know how true it is. I've been working with it lately. It is 11, but 1 and 1 is 2, which makes 25, which brings us back to 7 again, because only in the 7 world can we have the 1 quarter. There's more than 1 quarter because we got 4 suits in the deck, right? So where are we? So yes, the M, what happens is these are sticks. There's a stick here and a stick here. This is a Roman numeral 5. It creates a V. These sticks hold the V up, and you got life. There's more than that. There's many languages you have to get into, but the basics are Greek and Hebrew, English and French, Spanish, German, and that's the basics. The other language you should get into is the language of sound. Only write what you hear. Have knowledge of the situation, but only write what you hear. That way you'll be more in tuned what you're supposed to know instead of what you think you know, because sometimes we think we know everything and we know nothing at all. Just like everything I'm saying. Every single word I've said since I came in here. Okay? I don't know if it's going to help anybody. I don't know. I'm hoping that this will lead to a world unity, as we are one and one for all. But then I'd be like a dreamer. Dreamer. You know, all the radio shows that they ever played since I'm a young person, I almost remember every single thing that's ever happened in my life if I need to. All of a sudden, just like that. But if you ask me a specific thing, I won't know. But for myself, it works. It's like a self-support system. It starts all up here. Thank God I started on empty. I got out of school with about a 40 average. If I would have started on full and got out of school, I'd be a full Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, on the numbers that reach out to Nunavut, Baffin Islands, and further north, save our water and protect British Columbia not to have any oil, because we do not need the O-I-L in French backwards. It's L-O-I, and it means law. And the law backwards says wall. And they think they know it all, and the time of the conscience is coming in. We know it, you know it. Whoever has watched me to this period, at this point in this cassette, we know you know it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Thank you.